Every year, there are hundreds of LEGO sets that retire and are discontinued from our inventory. Now, here in 2025, we're shaping out for a ton of LEGO sets to leave the market. However, you guys have been commenting on a few of the LEGO sets that are already sold out of stock, no longer available to be found, and I want to talk about those few sets as well as some that have potential to retire early. So if that interests you, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump straight on into it. What's up, everybody? I'm your host here, Cristo from Stud City. If you're new here, well, we like to cover LEGO deals pretty extensively on this channel. So not only do we talk about retiring soon sets, I like to find them on a heavy discount. Now, to start off our video, we are rolling into a time of the year where sales are going to pick up heavily. And I'm definitely projecting some of the deepest LEGO deals and sales I've seen throughout my collection days. So I'm pretty excited. With that being said, we're starting to see, and over the past couple of months, some sets hit some nice deals on nice stackable promos, nice sales, etc. Now, with that being said, some of them are out of stock or already sold out. So a couple that come to my head when discussing some of these sets, and ones you guys have been asking for a nice sweet deal on, are this one, the Daily Bugle. Now, in reference, in July, Amazon Prime Day gave this one a $280 discount for a short period of time. However, the LEGO Group did one better. They offered that same price tag on a LEGO Insider deal. And if I'm not mistaken, you still got insider points as well as your Rakuten cashback stack or whatever else you use. Personally, I use Rakuten, but that's just me. So it ended up being a really nice discount on a set that's retiring at the end of the year. And even with price escalations from its original $300 price tag, it was still cheaper than that. And to be honest, this set's pretty awesome, so it makes sense that it went out of stock. Now, this set, for a long time, over a month now, at time of recording in mid-September, it's been sold out. Just recently, it went to temporarily out of stock. So does that mean we're going to get inventory of this stock from the LEGO Group? Nobody knows, and nobody will ever know that until the LEGO Group discloses it, and they won't. So it's kind of a, oh boy, what are we going to do? Now, if you're giving my thoughts and opinions, I'm going to relate this to the Batcave Shadow Box last year in August/September of 2024. It was a set that went on heavy clearance and discount, 3x insider rewards, along with amazing GWPs for Batman Day last August. That set went out of stock and sold out. Now, it did say temporarily out of stock, but don't let that fool you. It was gone indefinitely from LEGO Shop at Home. I'm not saying people were not able to find it in stores on a lucky find. Hey, all power to you for chasing down those LEGO stores. But for this case, I think it's going to be something similar, and at least I'm assuming, if anything, it will be very limited stock if it does go back available. So keep an eye out for this one. Along with the Daily Bugle, we also had a great sale here in early September 1st for Back to Hogwarts promotion. They ran a nice deal on the Diagon Alley on a really hefty discount, and I was pretty shocked to see this one go on such discount because it almost was counterintuitive to the release of the $400 Hogsmeade Village. Because to be honest, it just made sense to buy Diagon Alley for like $360 or $380, whatever it was, cheaper, and probably a better set and retiring rather than the Hogsmeade on day one. So kind of interesting they did that. But with a set that was retiring at the end of the year, it clearly says sold out as of right now. And I'm assuming, as I mentioned earlier in the year and called it, if we ever saw a discount on this one, I'd assume if it went out of stock, it meant that we weren't getting more because odds are they're not manufacturing more of these sets. If anything, we'd be very fortunate to find and have some in a lucky container or something, and there's a little bit excess inventory. But for the most part, given how many years this set's been on the shelf life, I would not predict that this one would go back available. Next up, we had the Triwizard Tournament, The Arrival. I called this a sleeper LEGO investment set. And I always do this to myself. I talk about these. I talk about some of my winning picks, my top pick stocks, and I do a bad job of going more in than I wanted to. I'm fortunate to grab a few copies of this one that I did, but I think this is going to be a great investment piece, and it's pretty crazy to see it sold out so early in the year. Granted, this one saw a really good deal with all the GWPs on Back to Hogwarts and points discounts and all that kind of stuff. So to be fair, I'd imagine we'd be able to find this one on Amazon or Targets in a lucky find or even a Lego store, just given that it's probably not been a super sought after set over the past few years. However, the $140 price tag for it, given how awesome this set is, and we haven't really seen a great Harry Potter ship be remade in quite some time, I think this one's going to perform pretty well. Moving forward, as from those 3 great examples of sold out Lego sets, what does that mean for future sets that you might be interested in? Well, I put together around 4 or 5 sets that always see the top interest that you guys look for Lego deals. So make sure to comment the sets you guys want before retirement dates. That way I can find some sales and deals and include them in our videos. But some of those sets were included in this list. Now, first up, we have the Lion Knight's Castle. And again, I'm going to be safe to say I'm just a random person on the internet, never listened to me for financial advice, and these are all opinion based. But I have a hunch that I feel like this one will go on a heavy discount because in a past Black Friday in a previous year, we saw this set get discounted to, I think, 20% off, which it makes up for a $340 price tag set. So not too shabby. So I'll be waiting out for on a deal on this one if I am able to find it. Given just how large this Lego set is and storing and all that stuff, I'll probably limit myself just to buying 1 or 2 copies just for the investment purpose. But I already have a built copy and I really enjoyed the set, and I think this is definitely going to be a gold mine later down in the adventure, but I just don't have a ton of room to store it. So for that, I will grab a copy if it goes on discount. If it doesn't go on sale, I think this one will sit around till year end. I think it'll be like a last minute year-end sale to kind of get rid of some last inventory if it doesn't go on discount. So I'll be waiting out. The Jazz Club, I think this is one we saw. Our Discord server called out a fantastic deal on this one. I think it hit 180 to 190. I think it was 181, somewhere in that price tag. And it went like this. Faster than you've liked the like button in today's video. So I'll be waiting out for more deals on this one. I really do think we'll see some heavy deals and discounts on the set as a clearance sale, and I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to be patient and try to stack the best deal possible, or at least get some skin in the game when that time comes. We also have Ninjago City Markets. I think this one will stick around as long as we don't get a deal or sale on it. When inevitably we do for Black Friday or even before that, at that point, I think this one will go sold out given its retirement day at the end of the year. Along with the Batman the Animated Series, I feel like this was a less popular Batman set. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chats below, but I think this one will also be on that heavy, high priority discount list given, even regardless of the 2X Batman Day. If they had like an exclusive promotional item for Batman Day, I think this one would probably leave the shelves early, similar to what we saw with like the Gotham, the Batcave Shadow Box one in previous year. But I just don't think there's enough incentive to clearance out this one. So until then, I think this one will sit around. And you see the pattern here. I don't have to go in depth talking about the pattern, but Mighty Bowser and Disney Castle, I think all of these sets, these really larger Lego model sets, these Adult Plus sets, I think they kind of play in a similar role in the sense that we have inventory of them. And until the Lego group gives us a nice deal or sale, at that point, I feel like when we see that heavy discount the first time running through, that's when we'll see these sets leave the markets, similar to what we've seen with Daily, Bugle, Diagon Alley, Triwizard Tournament. Now, who's to say they don't extend these and we get more inventory? Again, it's all possible. But for the most part, resembling from years past, I think it's a kind of a done deal. Anyways, I'm interested to see what you guys have to say in the comments below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.